I see trees of green, red roses too. I said them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty and sky, and also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, actually, I love you. I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. They learn much more than you'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Good morning, everybody. Gratitude to all of you. As the host, Divyaji just introduced me saying that my name is Balraj Kapoor. But let me tell you something about myself, that I was not what I am today. This is the story of you, every one of us. This is not my story today. What I'm going to be sharing today with all of you is what life has become so beautiful, how every moment of my life has become so blissful. It's all thanks to this wonderful friend of mine, my dear friend, my most adorable friend. And I'm sure to all of you, he's the most wonderful human that you could ever come across. So let me begin this story of mine. But before that, I would really request all of you, if you really want to enjoy your session, because I don't get energy until I don't see people's faces. So please, if it's possible, I know it's early morning for all of you, and it's pretty early morning, but it might be in your night attires or whatever, it doesn't matter. Please, if you could put on your cameras on, I'll really be grateful to every one of you, because that's how I would probably be able to connect you much better. Because, with the closed walls, I feel, oh my God, am I just talking to some walls? Am I talking to individuals, or is people listening to me, or what? So please, if it's possible, could you please put your cameras on? Requesting all of you. Yeah. We wait another 10 seconds for others to come on. Okay, so I, like every one of you, was going through my turbulences of life, having worked in this hospitality world for 35 years. As Divyaji just mentioned, I worked in Dubai, Bahrain, Moscow, and it was, just that ek kolu ke bell ki tarah, like a bull. I was just going on and on and on in my life. Of course, religious I was, because coming from a Punjabi family, coming from a religious Hindu family, but I always believed in one thing, that, all religions go and kind of end up at one particular place, and that place is so beautiful and dark to us, so nice to us. We look forward to reach that place of bliss, that solitude, that happiness that we're trying to find over the years. And somebody had predicted, to me, I always believed in astrology, friends. So somebody had actually predicted to me that Balraj Kapoor, you're going to win a lottery. And actually, I did win a lottery. In 2020, 11th June, I won a lottery. And the lottery gave me so much of happiness that I till date, I'm actually, enjoying that happiness. That happiness came to me in my life thanks to my dear friend, Patriji, who came into my life and my wife's life and many of your life. Whenever I used to meet him or see him rather, I'm talking about those Zoom days when when everybody used to just kind of, wonder what the hell is going on in their life, having that fear of losing their lives. And we have seen so many of our friends, so many of our family members, you know, vacating their bodies. So it was a very, very difficult period for all of us. And during that time, a, a Facebook ad popped up on my screen talking about meditation. And I just clicked that and I said, okay, Riju, we've done everything. And me and my wife, we've been married for 31 years. And it's been a beautiful journey for both of us. But believe me, friends, the life that we as a couple have enjoyed in the last 5 years is completely a different level of life. We are now such close soulmates, I would say. We actually do such stupid things, which, I'm so happy to share. We do things like little things, which like, which makes a person's relationship much more stronger. Every morning when I leave, I must share this. Every morning when I leave, whether it is 3 o'clock in the morning, whether it's 4 in the morning, whatever time I leave, I have to just go and tap my wife on her shoulder here. And she's dead sleep. She's dead to the world. She doesn't know where she is, which place she is. But then she quickly opens eyes for 10 seconds and kisses me on my forehead here. And then she goes back to sleep. And that little protection for me is the most wonderful, strongest thing that I can kind of carry on with. And I leave my house also with the feeling that you never know, I may not come back. This fear of going away from each other is all gone now. The fear of death is completely gone now because people had so much of fear of death during COVID. And when we started, kind of going into these sessions of Patriji, his persona, his personality, his humility was the only thing which really kind of, it was a magnetic, it was a love at first sight, friends. I remember those days when I used to, literally look like this into his eyes and he used to talk, talk, talk. I never had the courage to kind of, I was very camera shy, of course, but now it's the other way around. So the first time I remember, I was shopping at Marks and Spencer, buying things for my house, for the groceries for the house. And suddenly, my phone was on, obviously, because I was so much into PSSM. And suddenly, the first time Patriji called for my name, he said, Balraj Kapoor. And I didn't know what hit me. I was in a supermarket shopping, and what am I supposed to do now? So I quickly hid behind one of the counters. I put my bags down, and I was there ready. Patriji ke samne camera start kiya. And then he says, yes, Baba, tell me about you. And I was, I had no clue what I was going to talk to him about. But I just started. I said, sir, I'm so impressed with you, the way you talk, the way you conduct lessons. And, I went on and on for about 15, 20 minutes. And at the end of it, I said, sir, I've also made, I love Bollywood singing. I mean, that is something which I always like. And I had actually forgotten all these years, and I'm not a good singer, okay? Please don't get me wrong. But then I said, sir, I want to sing for you something. He said, okay, please go. Baba, go. So I started. सर जो तेरा चकराए या दिल डूबा जाए आ जाओ प्यारे ध्यान लगा ले काहे घबराए अरे ध्यान तो लगाए ध्यान तुम्हारा सुपर इसमें अंदर घुसकर तुम बनोगे बड़े मास्टर हो जाओगे मास्टर सुन 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 अरे बाबा सुन इस ध्यान में बड़े बड़े गुण लाख दुखों की एक दवा है क्यों ना आजमाए काहे घबराए अरे ध्यान तो लगाए. So the moment I sang this, Patriji actually got so excited. Oh, wow. Here he saw somebody who was not talking about something about astral travel or Shiva or Hanuman or, inner child or, I saw this light and this on that. And he actually enjoyed that. And he said, Abba, wow, very nice, very nice. And after that day, till the day of his last meeting with me and my wife, whenever he used to meet us, whenever he used to see Balraj Kapoor, like, used to like a CID, I used to go behind him in every Zoom session, wherever possible, because kuch to tha nahi karne ko, nothing to do at home. COVID is going on. People are, kind of, oh, with a mask on and this and that and all. And, I used to always follow him wherever he used to go, whatever sessions he used to go. Okay. And follow him blindly there. And then the moment he used to see my name on the screen, Balraj Kapoor, Gana Gao. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And Balraj Kapoor used to straight away start off with the songs and songs and songs, and he used to love it. So this whole relationship of Balraj Kapoor and Riju Kapoor became so beautiful relationship with him. And actually, I didn't realize that in this PSSM family, Balraj Kapoor, who was nothing, honestly, I was nothing, nobody. I suddenly became so famous amongst the PSSM family, amongst all these great masters. And every one of them was so good, so warm. They welcomed us with so much of gratitude. And in this 5 years, we were honored with so many masters coming to our house, which we had actually named it as Patriji's residence. Patriji's residence in London. Whenever we used to, talk to it about it, we used to say Patriji's residence. And Patriji sent us first time. The first person who came into our house was Shiaz Daga. He came into our house, and I don't know, maybe Patriji must have mentioned. And Shiaz Daga said, we've heard so much about you. I said, oh, Baba, what is there to hear about us? We are just ordinary, simple people. But yes, we believe in this very basic motto of our life, which I always write from my childhood till today. I believe in that. Love all, serve all. Because I'm a Sai Baba devotee too. And we used to always follow this little basic principle of love all and serve all. And Atiti Deva Bhava. So Patriji sent Shriyas Daga to us. And after that, in this 4.5 years, 5 years of journey, so many masters came to our house. GK sir from Spiritual Tablet. His brother, he came, Chandra sir, Prabodh sir, Sri Lakshmi, Ravi Kiran. I can go on and on and on, and the list can go on. So many people, they all came to our house. Oh, we have to go to Patriji's house in London. And it became a talk of the town, thanks to this dear friend of mine. So during his last days, we had no clue that he was not well. And we had asked him, we had promised, taken a promise from him. My wife, Riju, had asked him, "Sir, you have to come to our house." And he said, "Yes, Baba, I will definitely come to your house." And he said, "Ki, when I come, I will want to have a choco bar. I will have a chocolate ice cream because that's what I like." So, we had no clue. And suddenly, in the month of July, we heard Pari is coming to London. And again, by default, Pari chose to come first to our house and then to the other places. So when Pari came, the second day, we came to know from Pari that Patriji was not well. And, that day she made us talk to him. And I couldn't believe, when I saw Patriji, he was not in that physical state of appearance. And that day also, we, both of us, we were crying, but we were singing. And he was smiling. He was literally smiling. So there are so many things to share about, friends, in this journey. But what I'm trying to basically tell all of you is that please do not leave this this little magic wand that you've been blessed with, this magic wand of meditation, because this actually can turn your life 360 degrees, which has turned my life. I'm telling you, did I ever imagine of coming onto sessions like this? In my wildest of dreams, I had never thought. It's all thanks to meditation, thanks to the magician. During COVID, I must tell you this. I had an out of body experience. I don't know whether I was very sick. I had COVID and I was very sick, and I thank God didn't have to be hospitalized. But then I was almost on the verge of, you know what I mean? But it didn't happen. But then I had some experience of out of body in which I saw my coffin was being carried on a black, horse car, buggy, and and I could see, sitting in that, sleeping in that coffin, that the person who was riding this particular carriage was Patriji. And at one moment, he looked at me on the back of my coffin. And suddenly I came out of the coffin. And then suddenly I saw cameras, all cameras around me, cameras of various things, and people talking about it. Oh, how come you've come back to life and this and that, blah, blah, blah. So that experience also I shared with Patriji, and he was completely, excited to listen to that. And that from that day onwards, I've been going into these various sessions of Zoom. Again, cameras coming over me, people talking to me about, and that's what I'm trying to say, that, you can actually manifest things for yourself. I have done so many experiments on my life. It's too short a notice to kind of, share so many things. But what I'm trying to say is that life is just super now, super duper, super hit. Because all of us on this stage of life are enacting a character, right? And one day we all have to finish off from this role and move on to our next journey. So why have that fear of death? And that tells me another exciting thing which I'm going to share. On a Diwali day, a man comes into my, in fact, on the what do you call this, Dhanteras day, a person came into our house, and my wife was wondering, who's this person who's come to my house? And that person turned out to be a funeral plan seller. So my wife was so upset that why would he call a funeral plan seller? And I said, no, 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 let's do it. So both me and my wife, 6 years ago, we're pretty young. I'm just 61. She's very young. She's 55. What is the need for us to buy a funeral plan? But we bought a funeral plan because, as you all know, funeral plans are so expensive in this goddamn world, in this part of our world. You know. So last year, That's been paid off in because I didn't want to be a burden or liability on any of my dependents, my children, or whatever. So even that, I have put it and tucked it under my back. So no fear of death, masters. Every morning when I go out into the world, I see the world, from the windscreen of my car. It is so beautiful, so charming. Every character, every person that comes into your life is coming with some message, something for you to get, learn from. And we all have to actually learn so many things out of this. And it's not about just listening, my friends. It's all about adopting those things out of your life. So I'm going to share with you the 5 things that I picked up from our magician friend. And I named it my 5-finger concept. And that 5-finger concept starts with the first finger being self-love. You have to love yourself. Every morning when you get up in the morning, look at yourself in the mirror and say, oh, I love myself, yaar. There is nobody like me. It's not about attitude. Believe me, have the feeling of attitude with gratitude. Just say, yes, I am the most wonderful human being. That's what he made me, a person who was so shy, so fearful, who was physically abused, sexually abused in his childhood. So that fear of that thing was there in my mind, but no more. It's all gone. Chala gaya, dur. It's gone. Everything is down and dusted with. Enjoy life. Enjoy every moment, and have this feeling of self-love. Love yourself. Love the world. Love everybody around you. So that's the first thing. The second thing is all about gratitude. My God, there's so much to be gratitude about, isn't it? So every morning when I get up, I wear my shoes. I say thank you to my shoes, because the shoes are the ones who are protecting me from this, the road, the bad weather, the rains. Do we ever have the do we ever have the time to express gratitude to these little nitty-gritty things of our life? So, on gratitude tone, I'd like to express my deepest gratitude to every one of you who is here today. And, you know, another interesting thing I'll tell you right now, which I observed just about 20 minutes ago. This is called the 111 days meditation magic, right? And today is the 29th day, or the 29th session, which is again 11. And another interesting thing, the time when I was supposed to start this session in UK is 11 a.m. UK time. And I was hoping, when I started the session, when I started talking, I saw 11 participants at that time. Is it coincidence? No. It's all about that, that feeling of positivity which has been embedded into me now through this magician friend of ours. So the feeling of gratitude, always have that feeling of gratitude, bow down in humility. This man, he had thousands and millions of followers all over the world. But the only thing which I'm sure all of you must have got attracted to is his humility, is his one-to-one relationship with every one of us. And that was the magic that this man created for us in our lives. So that's the second. Third is forgiveness, my friend. Forgive and forget. I know there's so many things in our life which we are holding on to. We are holding on to it. It's like this glass. If I keep holding on to it for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, what will happen? Maybe for an hour, what will happen? After 1 hour, it'll kind of come down. But there are some thoughts that we keep holding in our head for maybe years. Oh, that person did that to me. Or this person did this to me. Forget it. Just have your clean board every day morning. When you sleep in the night, say, I forgive everything. Then you'll have a proper sleep. Yes? So that's forgiveness. The fourth one, which I'm coming to now, is laughter. You have to bring laughter into your life, my friends. And that's why I was insisting that all of you to please put on your video screens, because we're going to do that little laughter session now. I would request all of you to please unmute yourself, and we're going to do a little bit of and can we put it on a gallery mode, please? A host, if you could do that, Divya, for us. And I would like everyone to just unmute themselves, because I'm sure all of you have done that. Can you just unmute yourself, please? Everyone. Come on, we can all do that. Arun ji, Sharda ji, Rajni ji, Divya ji, Chaitanya ji, we all want to unmute ourselves, and also the cameras on,
Yes.
please. And could you please put that on a gallery mode for the Zoom host, if you could do that, Divya ji?
So
Okay,
nice.
so I'm sure every one of you has brushed your teeth in the morning, right?
Yes.
We all do, right?
Not
And the
yet.
first thing in the morning is what, but we don't, we never do the cleaning of our mind. So that's what we're going to do from today. Promise me, from today, after brushing your teeth, we're going to do this process, which is cleaning of your mind, of your brain. All those thoughts that are there in your head, you need to get them off your head. And how you're going to do it? I'm going to show it to you. So the count of 3, 2, 1. Come on, everybody, do it. Oh, oh, oh.
Wonderful.
You can have some water if you like. I'm going to have some. Oh, wasn't that energizing? So,
Yes.
any moment of your
Yes.
morning, evening, day, night, whenever, it's a anytime therapy. When you're going through some hell in your life, wherever in the situation, whatever the situation, just laugh it out. Just laugh it out and see how your energy changes immediately. So that's the fourth thing. So we started with self-love, gratitude, forgiveness, laughter. Last but not the least, the most important thing is meditation. If you adopt these 5 principles in your life, which I call the 5-finger concept of Balraj Kapoor, believe me, your life will be completely super duper and absolutely amazing. I assure you. क्योंकि when life is out of control, तो आंखों को बंद करके बोल, all is well. कोई न जाने तेरा फ्यूचर क्या होगा, अरे ध्यान करेगा तो सब कुछ अच्छा होगा। तो ध्यान लगा, ध्यान लगा, ध्यान लगा के बोल, भैया all is well। सब बोलो all is
All
All
is
well।
is
well.
well.
Everybody, all
All
is
is well. All is
well।
well.
All is well.
Right.
Thank you, Master.